Hey there, history buffs and gamers. Welcome back to Historically Gaming. I'm the Fit Historian, and today we're diving into one of the most chilling chapters of American history, the Salem witch trials. So go ahead, grab your controllers and a warm cup of coffee, and let's unravel the mysteries of the past together. From around the 13 or 1400s through to the 1600s, a witchcraft craze spread through Europe due to the belief in some religions, like Christianity, that the devil gave people called witches power to harm others in return for loyalty. This craze even spread to the New World. Our story begins in early 1692 in the small Puritan village of Salem, Massachusetts. Imagine a world where fear and superstition ruled, where the unexplained was often attributed to the supernatural. The villagers lived in constant fear of the devil's influence, and this fear would soon spiral out of control. The village of Salem was having issues prior to the events of 1692, but don't worry, we'll get there. I think it is very important to set the scene so that we can see why everything is so tense and how it quickly spiraled. In 1689, the King William's War began, which was a war between France and the English monarchs William and Mary. This conflict ranged from upstate New York into parts of Canada like Quebec and Nova Scotia. Because of this conflict, refugees began to flood into the Salem village area. The new influx of people began to strain the resources available. Limited resources led to stress, and the stress led to the amplification of rivalries and tempers. Professor Douglas O. Linder says that the Salem witch trials were not inevitable, though, and that, quote, only an unfortunate combination of the ongoing frontier war, economic conditions, congregational strife, teenage boredom, and personal jealousies can account for the spiraling of accusations. Remember how I said the devil uses witches to cause harm? Well, the Puritans were beginning to suspect the devil had his hands in the fighting going on in their community. Now fast forward to 1692, it all started with a group of young girls who began exhibiting strange behaviors, like fits, screams, and contortions. The village doctor could find no physical cause, leading to the chilling conclusion of witchcraft. Accusations flew, and soon neighbor turned against neighbor in a desperate bid to root out the supposed evil among them. The trials were a spectacle of fear and hysteria that were said to be fueled by xenophobia, religious extremism, and long-brewing social tensions. The first three women that were accused were Sarah Good, a homeless beggar, Sarah Osborne, who was an elderly woman, and Tituba, an enslaved woman from the Caribbean. All three women were brought before magistrates, with Good and Osborne denying that they were witches, and Tituba, who admitted she was. It is believed that she admitted to being a witch to maybe be seen as more of an informant and maybe lessen the ill treatment she would receive. Tituba did end up claiming there were more witches among them, further pushing the hysteria. As the hysteria built, even those who were considered upstanding members of the community were being accused, like Martha Corey and Rebecca Nurse. Accused witches were subjected to brutal interrogations where spectral or supernatural evidence was permitted to be used in court. The trials were a dark reflection of the human capacity for fear and the consequences of unchecked power. Over the course of the year of 1692, between 150 and 200 people were jailed for witchcraft, ranging in ages from 4 years old all the way to 81 years old. Yes, you heard that right. The youngest person to be accused of being a witch was Sarah Good's daughter, who was only 4 years old at the time. Ultimately, 14 women, 5 men were hanged. 1 man was tortured to death, and at least 5 people perished in prison. The man tortured to death was Giles Corey, the elderly husband of Martha Corey, who we mentioned earlier. He was pressed to death by stones because he refused to enter a plea at his arraignment. Both Increase Mathers and his son Cotton Mathers warned of the unreliable nature of supernatural and spectral evidence. Increase even went on to say it would better that 10 suspected witches may escape than 1 innocent person be condemned. By October 1692, public support began to dwindle and spectral evidence started to be disregarded. By early 1693, the intensity of the trials began to fade until May, when Governor Phipps pardoned and released those that remained in prison with charges of witchcraft. The Salem witch trials left a lasting scar on the American conscience, a reminder of the dangers of mass hysteria and the importance of due process. Thank you for joining me on this haunting journey through history. The Salem witch trials serve as a powerful lesson in the importance of reason and justice. Make sure to stay tuned for the final walkthrough of the new Forgotten Lands build we did today. It'll be coming up here in just a second. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Salem witch trials, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical adventures. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep gaming. Bye!